Okay. Hello, everybody. The time in everybody's life they have to make a decision. And this is going to be my first face reveal. So, here we go. Okay. Hello, everybody. It seems we got Beth here and Mr. Clean Moose. Wow. I didn't actually think anybody would show up here. But anyway, yeah, I'm the guy from Sean's live stream. Uh, just, Um, Today I'm just gonna be ranking all 67 movies that I watched this year. This year was a great year for movies. Just gotta say thank you guys for showing up. Yeah, it was delayed the whole thing. Thank you, Mr. Clean Moose, for being here. A little shout out for you. You did ask for that. Um, yeah. Well, anyway, I don't think you. I think you guys are new, but anyway, this is my channel. I don't usually show my face, but you gotta improvise sometimes, so that's what I'm doing. I had to get my Star Wars shit on here, coming here in New York. Are you guys actually here? I don't 100% know with this stuff. This is actually my first live stream. One of you just got back here. Oh, Hobrix, man, you're here. Great to see you. You're here. This is so great. I didn't know you'd actually show up. Yeah, so this is gonna be my ranking of all 67 movies I saw this year. And Hobrix, yes, I'm actually showing my face. That doesn't usually happen on this channel, but I am horrible at live streams, and I actually wanted to show my face. So, yeah, that's what's sort of happening here. Wait, oh, I'm getting a bit confused. There's only one person watching. This is new, but anyway, hello, Mr. Clean Moose. I'm gonna wait until somebody else gets here because I was just gonna be. Oh wait, there's I guess this thing are a bit confusing, but yeah, this is my setup here. This is my room. uh, yeah, it's just it was got delayed because I was watching Sean Chandler, and just so you know, Hobrix, that's where I got Mr. Clean Moose and Beth Rowdy. Yeah, so you guys are all here. I gained 9 subscribers, so that's how I got here. But anyway, let's just get started with my ranking. This was a pretty tough ranking here. I'm gonna try to get to it. But 67 movies, and I did bottom 5 and then top 5, but man, what a year it's been. Compared to last year, this was pretty crazy. Oh, you see my Funko Pops? That's probably for another time, but I did just pick this one up yesterday. This would sort of factor in to our thing here, but I got a Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings Wenwu uh Funko Pop here. Yeah, that I just got yesterday. That's gonna factor into this video because I did see that. But anyway, I don't really have any big thing here, like any graphics or anything. This is just raw entertainment. This is what this whole thing is. But anyway, 67th place here. This is absolutely the worst movie. I'm gonna take maybe a little break to respond to you guys. But 67th place is gonna be Thunder Force. Yeah, it is pretty cool. But the Thunder Force, this movie I absolutely hated it in every way. This was just I heard it was utter trash and it ended up being utter trash. So that's my opinion on it. The the actresses in it, they both have done way better films and they're capable of good acting, but this movie was just done so horrible. It just uh, the guy with the crab arms, I could see how it could be cool and interesting to see this sort of interesting thing where middle-aged women get superpowers, and that's really cool. But it's a Netflix original, and it is just horrible. I watched a ton of movies this year, so you're gonna see a lot of people being like, "Space Jam 2 is the worst movie." Tom and Jerry, but no, I saw some utterly bad films. Um, this was absolutely the worst. The next one on here, 66. I did a video for my bottom 5. This one possibly could be lower than Thunder Force. But I decided to give it some I gave it some mercy because this is a Disney original, not a Disney Plus original, a Disney original film like the Disney Channel. And Disney Channel films aren't usually that great. The best have been Descendants and Zombies, and the worst have been movies like what's it called? Um um Magic something. I don't know. It came out last year. But anyway, Under Wraps, it's a low budget mummy movie that's meant for 3-year-olds. And I I knew this would be horrible. I probably thought it would be this horrible, and it was this horrible. So, Under Wraps, just a horrible movie. The characters are all very, very annoying, stupid, dumb, whatever you want to call it. And then also the mummy does not look like a mummy. I knew they came out with a version of it in the 90s, but this version looks worse. And that was the 90s. That was a very long time ago. Like 10 that was 20 years ago. No, 30 years ago. And we've gone a lot farther than that in technology, and it just looks horrible. They brought it on Disney Plus, and I think Disney Plus, one of the Disney's biggest flaws is they don't have good Halloween movies. Netflix, they come out with R-rated horror movies for Halloween, but Disney can't do that because they're family friendly. So everything that they do for Halloween is extremely lame, except for some minor things that are just okay. Oh, you notice in my posters, yeah. I do have an Avengers Infinity War poster in the background, and then also, I don't know how well I can move this, but I also have a Spider Verse poster. Where? How do you do this? Yeah, back there. I don't know if you could see it or not, but I have a Spider Verse poster back there. I don't know. This is like you guys' first time actually seeing the Rami. Like I legitimately have a lamp here for lighting so that I'm not super blurry. But anyway, let's get going. 65, another Netflix original film. He's All That. Now, this has, I don't know the actor's name, but he plays Robbie Keane in no, he plays Robbie in Cobra Kai. And so he plays in this movie with a girl from TikTok, and it's about this girl from TikTok, big coincidence there, that her boyfriend sort of breaks up with her, so she tries to make him jealous with this other guy, and she's just the worst character like ever. I absolutely hate her. And they try to make her sympathetic, like she's a nice character, but she isn't. She's utterly horrible in every way. Tanner Buckman, that might be him. I don't really know the actual actor's name because I just discovered her Cobra Kai this year, so I'm sort of new, and these are growing actors and actresses, so it's a bit new. The main girl's terrible, as I've said before, and it didn't really have anything memorable except for the bad parts. Okay, 64th place here, the worst animated film of the year, and this is one that probably more people haven't seen. It's The Addams Family 2, and yes, Cobra Kai is awesome. I'm just responding out of the blue. I'm not really used to this, but Cobra no, I'm not talking about Cobra Kai. I'm talking about Addams Family 2. Now, Addams Family 2, the problem with this movie, one, it's a vacation movie, which most all vacation movies are really, really cheap. And then two, just the Addams Family. I haven't seen any of the old shows or anything my dad has, but he watches this sort of I watch this sort of thing. I haven't seen the first Cobra Kai, but I see no, the first Addams Family. You guys are getting me confused. But anyway, the first Addams Family, I haven't seen it, and I see the second one because I decided to give it a try, you know? Like, how bad could it be? And apparently can be horrible. The animation in this is worst animation in the year by far. And then just the characters, they're so bland. The stuff is so generic. It doesn't work for me on basically any level. It's not big, like a big amazing movie. No, it this is just it's so bland. It doesn't have any memorable stuff to it, and if it's memorable, then it's bad. Like the final thing, their uncle, he's been having this thing where his hands have been turning into octopus squid hands, and in the end he turns into a giant squid monster and battles the evil villains guy. And just if you saw my bottom 5 like 2 days ago, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's just it doesn't work for me. It's just really bad movie, and the only reason that I think they made it is because the first one made a lot of money. And then 63rd place here is gonna be Tom and Jerry, another one that was in my ranking yesterday. No, 2 days ago. And Tom and Jerry, just I have a more personal connection to Tom and Jerry um than I could have to what is it? Adam's Family. And that's because I watch Tom and Jerry constantly. And Tom and Jerry just um it really can have sort of it's just a fun sort of thing to see and just a fun thing to have, Tom and Jerry fighting each other for life. It's just fun to watch that these characters fight each other and sort of thing. So it it just doesn't work in that regard because it's not about Tom and Jerry. Even though the title says Tom and Jerry, it's not about Tom and Jerry. It's about this girl. And then it has the guy that plays Louise in Ant-Man, and he's really great. I love that guy. But in this movie, they made him not too enthusiastic. Let me see. I'm just trying to figure out, like, it's showing how many people are here, and it's hard to tell. It seems like I don't know who's the last one here. It says there's only one person left. But anyway, uh going into 62nd place here. This is probably going to be controversial. 67th place. It's the one after, my big ranking where the bottom 5 movies of the year. Now we have this In the Heights. Um In the Heights, I was actually really looking forward to it. It looked great. Like you have this really nice and interesting um this this musical that has really it looked like great characters. The cast looked pretty good. It just looked nice, like a nice musical, and I'm a pretty big fan of musicals. So I decided to give this a try and with my family, and then I sat through 2.5 hours of no, I immediately looked at Cobra Kai. No, at 2.5 hours of musical stuff, and I think the problem with this movie is that for musicals, if you don't like the actual music in the musicals, then the musical doesn't have any reason for me to like it or anything. I just don't like the music in this movie, and that's the problem. In the Heights, it's just the problem with it is it doesn't have the great music that I like. The emotions, they're fine, but it just drags on way too much for me. The music doesn't work as well, and just other stuff like, you know, having the grandmother die sort of thing, it just didn't work for me at any level. And just the whole thing, just the In the Heights, it just didn't work for me. I know it's gonna work for some people though, and some people will really like it. And then finishing off our bottom few here, in 61st place is gonna be Star Wars Terrifying Tales. Now, this is not gonna be the best film of the year, no way. It's like a Disney Plus original, little Lego Star Wars Tales. Hotbreaks, do you have anything to say on that? You did do an entire video on that. I thought it was just fine, and just, you know, it doesn't really have a whole bunch to offer. It's just little Star Wars stuff, and I thought it was fine. You had a cool fight with Darth Maul. You had some cool character moments, and then it's just Lego. It's sort of cool to see Lego stuff, not as high tier as Lego Movie or Lego Movie 2, but just cool Lego stuff. That's my sort of thing with this. I that's what I thought about it. I'm still trying to figure out if you guys are actually here. This is gonna be my little break here before I get into the top, or I guess bottom sort of 60 here. Well, from 60 to 51, I'm gonna be going next. It's gonna be pretty big, but any thoughts on that? I see 2 people are here. Nobody. Really? Okay, I'm just trying to figure out, but um yeah, it's nice to see that people are actually here. Um okay, I think we'll keep moving on then. 60th place then. So 60th place here is a very interesting one. Clifford the Big Red Dog. Clifford the Big Red Dog, it's a live action version of Clifford the Big Red Dog, and Clifford it's based off of a book series. It's fine. It doesn't have a huge amount of stuff in it to really captivate you or be like, "Wow, that's so great." Just Clifford the Big Red Dog. I thought like if I'm looking at what I wrote down, it has too much potty humor, too many butt jokes. I think the ending is cheesy, and I don't look forward to it. And when the trailers came out and stuff, I thought it looked okay with the gags and stuff. Having Clifford in real life just sort of actually destroying stuff, it looked pretty cool. And they had a few fun gags, and it's just they have a hilarious thing at the end with Clifford not wanting to hurt anybody, and then he immediately goes out and hurts people. I just found that ironically funny. I just really I didn't like the movie. It's just that's the way to say it. It it looked like it had some potential. I like Clifford the Big Red Dog. Yeah, it's like sure, it's Clifford the Big Red Dog. It's not huge, but I was willing to give it a try. So I tried it out and I did not like it. So that's my thing. Does anybody have anything to see? I see two people are here. Let me see if I could do this. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. This is sort of new for me, so let me see. Hmm. Oh, there's somebody else here. Somebody else got in here. Well, anyway, I just got finished talking about Clifford the Big Red Dog, and we're gonna go on to 59 here. Home Sweet Home Alone. This is Home Alone 6. I did a few reviews for my channel and stuff. And so Home Alone 6, that inherently isn't gonna be very high, you wouldn't immediately think. But you just it's not really executed the right way. Cobra Kai season I keep seeing Cobra Kai. Anyway, where were we? I'm going on a fun rabbit chills. Um, yeah, so Home Sweet Home Alone, my problems with it are the our main protagonist and the people that we're actually following and talking and spending time with is the villains of the story, the two people that are trying to break into the home. And the kid, who I like this actor, he was in Jojo Rabbit 2, I guess it's 3 years ago now that we're in 2022, but the actor who was in, um, Jojo Rabbit is it playing the guy in Home Sweet Home Alone. He's playing Kevin, and he makes him so horrible, and he is unlikable, he doesn't learn any lessons, and the main characters are thieves, but still they're not horrible, you're fine with them. And you don't like it when you see them get tortured because you actually care about them and these characters and everything. And so that's sort of my thoughts on that one. It didn't really live up to my expectations, even though I had barely any. I just hoped it would be a fine. I would be fine if it was like a C minus for a movie, and it wasn't. I had 4 people, now I'm losing. I'm losing people. Thank you if you're still here. Like, you know, that's why I'm still doing this. People are going off and on. It seems like there's essentially 4 of you. I wonder if Joshua, are you here? Nobody's really using the comment section, or maybe it's not loading for me. I don't know. Um, the only really thing that I liked about Home Sweet Home Alone would be the actual little joke gag that they had with Buzz being a police officer. Even that was pretty gross in some moments because if you just the way that they did it, it's sort of cool to see it, but I don't really feel like they should ever make a Home Alone movie again because they've already ruined it. It shouldn't have become a franchise like this, and that's just my opinion. So 58 here. I don't have a ton to say about this, but Vivo. This is like a animated with a monkey version of In the Heights. It has like non-stop music, and it's about a monkey. And the songs are so fast paced and so pretty insane that they just don't work for me. The songs don't really work. The characters don't really work. There's some emotion in it. There's some okay jokes. But I don't just care. I don't care about anything, and it can be emotional at times, but it's pretty inconsistent with that because at times it could be really emotional, but I don't really buy into it, so it's not a ton emotional. But other times it's just making jokes out of the blue, and it doesn't really mix well with the film. Um, Probably not a ton of people saw this one, but Vivo, just pretty forgettable movie. It wasn't huge for me or anything. And so yeah. Okay, let's see. Number 57. This is gonna be interesting because I haven't seen anybody other than myself say that they checked out this movie. But I decided for you two guys that are actually doing is anybody even here, sort of thing. Says for participants in the chat, I'm the only one. Can you guys chat? I just want to see, like, I don't know what's going on. Anybody? Mm. Oh, wait a minute. Did I just disable? I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, shoot. They disabled the live. Oh, they disabled the chat. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what happened with that. And you guys can't really tell me because the chat is gone. Let me see if I can do that. I'm trying to try something, but it's not working. Anyway, we better just get to the regular stuff because this isn't really working. Anyway, whoever's the last person here, thank you so much for actually staying here. I don't know if it's Hobrix, it probably is. I don't know if it's Joshua, maybe it's Mr. Clean Moose, or maybe it's Beth, I guess. I don't know. But whoever it is, thank you for staying here. 57th, yeah. My Little Pony, The Next Generation. Let me just say this was better than I expected, but it's still bad and way too girly and little kiddish, and some of it just doesn't work on any level. I just really didn't like this. It's My Little Pony, like, really, and I didn't like what they did or anything like that. So, yeah, that's my thing. I'm trying to um see if I could get the chat back because that would be very good. I don't know if it's possible. Let me see. Pop out chat. Says chat's disabled for this live stream. Get rid of that. Restore live stream. I don't know why. Oh shoot, come on guys. Well, anyway. Oh, I'm back. Somebody came back. Thank you so much. I don't really know what happened. I'm gonna ask you that one person. I don't know. I am thinking about restarting the live. I might re-go live again. I'm gonna see if that works. Is that okay? I don't really have anything to do. I can edit. Let me see. Oh wait, actually, I'm just trying to figure this out. Rankings. Hmm. Okay, I don't know if that I don't know why, but the chat's disabled. I think we're just gonna have to keep going. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I don't know for this. Sorry, but the chat does not seem to work, which is fine, I guess. I'll just keep going. I'm gonna push through, and 56th place here is gonna be Cinderella 2021. So Cinderella 2021, yikes, I don't know with this. This movie was a mess. From all the characters to just the basic plot. Like, if you think about it, it seems like the people that made this movie found Cinderella the story to be sexist and just like the girl takes the boy, so we need the girl to take charge. And that inherently, even if I support or don't support that, that takes away the magic of the actual movie. And so, I don't know what's up with that. Um, let me just I think I'm gonna try to do something. The one person that's watching, please leave if you want me to restart this. I'm gonna restart this, and I'll get another live thing going as soon as I can, but leave if you want me to. That's the only way I can know because there's no chat or anything. I'm gonna try to get the chat back. And just stay if you want me to continue doing this. I don't know. It sort of gets away the magic. It's actual people talking to me and this stuff. And then, oh, a composite member. Yeah. Okay, so probably Hobrix is the only one here, but thank you so much for being here. I'll just continue with this since you want me to. That's why you left. So, Cinderella, yeah. The music in this didn't really work. We've seen Cinderella so many times. If you don't know, there's over 30 versions of Cinderella. Uh, and it's just overly goofy, I think, and it doesn't leave a mark. And it's the sort of thing that we've seen 1,000 times. These are all bad movies at the bottom, sort of here. And after Cinderella, we might be getting into slightly better movies. They're slightly enjoyable, but I still don't like them too much. But 55th place here is going to be Peter Rabbit 2. Now, I haven't seen Peter Rabbit 1, and so it just it's sort of weird, I find it. I find it weird with the slow-mo and the humans and just how everything looks. It's weird, and I don't think it's good enough as a kid movie, but it it just doesn't leave a mark also. You don't remember anything. It's all generic, and so that's sort of my opinion on that. It just it's these movies are all sort of generic movies that we've seen before with Peter Rabbit 2. Just that doesn't work for me that much. It's just and so yeah, Peter Rabbit 2. I don't know what's up with that, but it's generic. It doesn't work. And the way it goes with just is guy that said that he knew his father. Turns out, oh no, he's bad. And that didn't work for me. This film does not work for me. I didn't like this movie too much. And I was pretty disappointed in it even. I thought it would be okay. The first one seemed like it was a lot better than this. 54th place here is going to be Flora and Ulysses. Now, this is an extremely weird movie because it's about a girl and her squirrel, and it's based off a comic. That inherently is extremely weird. But to add to it, her mom has this weird thing with writing romance novels and has really weird CGI with a squirrel, and there's also a cat in it. And it's better than I expected. It has some okay jokes, but it's still corny and just the squirrel. I hate the squirrel so much. I'm surprised that we actually rewatched this. I rewatched this with my little brothers and they thought it was fun, and my sisters were like, "Yeah, this is bad, but it's okay bad." And there's this one kid who I like to refer to him as mini Daredevil because he really is absolutely he's like a miniature version of Daredevil. He's blind. He has the glasses like Daredevil. He has a stick like Daredevil. He's just a mini Daredevil. But yeah, that's sort of my thing on it. I gotta say, Hobrex, I think it's you that is left. Thank you so much for actually being here. You're like the one actual subscriber, diehard fan, but also you do great stuff. 53rd place is gonna be Paw Patrol the movie. Paw Patrol the movie. Now, my brothers love Paw Patrol. My little brothers. I don't have much like hype for Paw Patrol at all. I think it's fine. But, the movie, I think it had some problems with the logic and the physics of the movie, and all legitimately does have a mustache twirling villain that does have a mustache and does twirl it. But it's an enjoyable continuation of the show, and it has better animation, and it continues the themes that were sort of in the Nickelodeon movie, and it looks a lot better with the animation. I gotta say, like, the dogs and everything look really great. But overall, I don't I it it was another sort of generic movie, generic plot that was okay for this sort of a movie. 52, this is gonna be like our first actual like adult movie that not isn't meant for children since since In the Heights. So we had a big gap of bad kids movies that I watched this year. But 52, Chaos Walking. Now, this is Tom Holland as Spider-Man. It as Daisy Ridley as Ray, and well, not portraying Ray, but they have them together in this movie that is based off a book. It's a sci-fi, and it's actually bad, extremely bad. Now, I haven't read the books for this, but I know it's like people could read your mind, sort of thing. You could. The premise of this movie is you could, people can, all the guys on the planet, you could see their thoughts, which that inherently is it's just weird, and it brings up a bunch of odd questions which they answer extremely awkwardly. And I gotta say, this movie has the best cast of the worst movie. Like other movies up here, they have an amazing cast, an amazing movie, but this movie has an amazing cast and a horrible movie. Like you have, I forgot his name. Give me a second. I'm gonna pull it up here. What's his name? It's got what's his name? Working on it, working on it. Hang in there. It's got the guy from Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, and it also has M- Mads Mikkelsen in it as this guy. He's sort of like the guy that turns out to be wow, he's a villain. But it's got Mads Mikkelsen in it. Thank you. 3 people now. We're getting up there. Um, the chat isn't working, but we're still talking. So it's got Mads Mikkelsen in it. It's got Tom Holland. It's got Daisy Ridley, and then it's got the guy from Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle, the guy that Jack Black likes in the movie. Extremely weird, but um, and it just doesn't go anywhere. It has sort of like the miniature world building. It has an okay premise, but then it's explored and it's extremely awkward. It's weird. The girl comes to Earth and he's like, We haven't seen a girl before." So there's these many awkward questions. And then the ending doesn't make much sense at all. Oh, we're getting up to 4 people. Everybody's back. I'm sorry that the chat doesn't work, but maybe comment down below afterwards if you were actually here. Like I was here. Who actually made it through. I don't know. There's one person, I'll never know. But anyway, does anybody know? I'm trying to figure out the chat thing. Your channel, switch accounts. I know. Yeah, I do not know how to get the chat back, but I'm not gonna worry about that. We're gonna continue to go. And 51st place here, right after Chaos Walking, comes Muppets Haunted Mansion. Um, Another really sort of great representation of how bad Disney Plus is at making Halloween movies. Now I love the Muppets. I don't absolutely 100% love the Muppets, but I've seen every single episode of the Muppet Show. I really do enjoy the characters. And so this was just supposed to be like, a nice movie sort of special with a few cameos. It's fun enough. It's not bad, but it doesn't have anything entertaining or good enough to become good. Is this guy bothering you guys? I don't know. Actually, there's a light right behind it, so just sort of move that around. But Muppets Haunted Mansion, yeah, it doesn't work for me. It has a nice sort of one guy. I forgot his name. Will Arnett. Will Arnett. That's a nice cameo now, I think. Like Will Arnett, he's a cool guy to see in this sort of thing. But the plot is almost non-existent. It's just sort of it could be the plot is about as big as a Muppets episode, and that's what it feels like. A continuation of a Muppets episode. And though I think the Muppets is good, I don't really think it's amazing. So that's gonna sort of close out our little thing here. It'd be really cool. I'm so frustrated that I can't get this going, guys. Because the chat. I'm just trying to figure out. Yeah, I'm trying just to figure out the chat because because I am not used to this. So just thank you for being here, but still the chat, that was sort of what was keeping me going. Um live tabs like allow live chat reply. Oh shoot, there was 4 people and now we are out. Um yeah, I'm sorry about this. I should just keep talking. I don't think I'm going to get it back. So I guess that's fine. Oh wait, actually, it had the thing. But I'm going to sort of try to keep talking here. It's going to be hard because I'm trying to figure this out. It's a bit of a problem when you got this options. That is sorry that you got to be here for this right now because I'm trying to figure this out with the chat. Come on. Okay. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out, so I'm just gonna keep talking. Comment down below at the end. That'll probably get me through this. But 50th place, the 50th worst or best movie of the year is gonna be Yes Day. This is a Netflix original. If you saw Alexander and the Horrible, Terrible, No Good, Very Bad Day that came to Disney, that Disney did a few years ago, that's basically what this is. It's a perfectly fine piece of family entertainment. I heard I was in a earlier video and a bunch of people were saying this was bottom 10 movies of the year. I don't think it's that bad, but the more I thought about it, the lower down it got. Just yesterday, it it's about this family doing stuff, having a yes day where they have to say yes to everything. It's sort of nice where they got to entertain the kids for a little bit, but I don't really think it's that great overall. It's just a fine piece of family entertainment. It's not much more. There isn't a whole bunch to be found here for great stuff. It's just got some fun stuff, but I rewatched it and it didn't really hold up as much. It was just fine. So I guess we'll see in the future like what I think about it, but I don't think I'm going to be rewatching this one that much. It doesn't seem to be it didn't do much for me on rewatch or anything. So Yeah, so that's yesterday. 49th place here is Space Jam: A New Legacy. Now, it's nowhere near as good as the original, but it has some really funny moments in it. I think just that's the best thing that I could say about it. But it's not really about the Looney Tunes. It's about Michael. Wait, who's in this movie? LeBron James. And it's more about LeBron James than the Looney Tunes. And in the Looney Tunes, they actually did something with the Looney Tunes in Space Jam. But this one, for Space Jam 1, it was a bunch of cameos from people from Looney Tunes. And then you come here and Space Jam: A New Legacy. It's about for cameos. It's just everything in the background. It's a big advertisement for HBO Max. And I said originally, I don't think so. And then I watched it. I'm like, no, this is 100% a giant ad for HBO Max. And it's just that. Oh, shoot. I'm alone. Participants. Hello. Nobody's here. This is extremely sad. I'm just waiting. Trying to figure this out, guys. Sorry. Okay. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see right here. I gotta figure this out. Um. Yeah. So let me see. I'm trying to figure out the chat. I don't know why it was disabled. X out of that. Is anybody watching? Oh, wow. All three of you are. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna just keep talking. I'm trying to get the chat back, guys. So sorry. You guys are probably yelling at me like you know exactly what's the matter, but I'm new to this. So anyway, 48th place here is gonna be the new Die Wimpy Kid movie. I'm a pretty big fan of Die Wimpy Kid. If I go back here, give me a second here. For you reoccurring fans of the channel, right here is every Die Wimpy Kid movie. Well, no, all the books that I could sort of find at the library and that I owned, and I have my little ranking of them right here. So that video for all Die Wimpy Kid books ranked will be coming out, but this new one, it's a lot like Die Wimpy Kid, the first book. And we've seen that sort of form of it so many times. I don't know how much I have to stress this, but I've seen it so many times. I've read the book. When you read the books, you start with the first one. And I've read the first book so many times that I could quote it basically. I know every part of it. And so that's sort of the thing when you make a movie out of something that I know so well, you'll notice what's missing. And it's just barely a movie, and I think it's fine. It's nothing special. We're getting into sort of like the fine movies, and then we're getting into the better ones. But I'd still give it like a slight thumbs up. It's not horrible. It's just it doesn't do anything new, is the way to say it. And I have mixed feelings on the animation because some of it's really cool, and then some of it is just like you could have done something better than this. It's bland. And there's no way it could even come close to replacing the old trilogy of films for me. Those are just amazing movies. And so they had a hard thing to do. Disney had to figure out how to reboot the Die Wimpy Kid movies in a good way. Will this be a good way? We'll see. Because down the line, maybe if they do a few more of these movies, then we'll see. And it'll be good and it'll be great. And we will have a ton of movies of Die Wimpy Kid. And we'll be getting Die Wimpy Kid 8, and it'll be like, wow, I can't believe that we finally got this. I never thought this would happen. But yeah, that's that's what I'm feeling like. It has potential, But if Disney's really gonna be doing this, we got a long 3 years or something. Anyway, 47th place here. This is another one that most people are not gonna be familiar with, but Night Books. This is what I think Under Wraps should have been. It's a very interesting middle school thriller sort of thing, and it's not afraid to go weird. Like, there's a witch in it, called Natasha, and I don't know if anybody saw it, but it is absolutely weird what they do with her and how they have it. In the final battle sort of a thing, this kid, he likes to write scary stories, and Natasha will kill him if he doesn't give her a scary story every night. And it's rated PG. So, and it also has some really bizarre stuff in it. Like they go to a house of candy, and there's a candy witch in there that Natasha enslaved. So it's very interesting how they have that. Um, that's my sort of thing on it. It's a fun enough movie. I watched it, I enjoyed it, but after rewatch, I'm like, what did I get out of that? Sort of okay thriller. Nothing too great is what I would say. Nothing outstanding or anything like that. It was just fine. And so it was a better version of Under Wraps, a way better version, but it wasn't too out of this world sort of thing. 46th place here is going to be Batman The Long Halloween Part 1. These films, this was my first introduction to the thing. They're like little DC comics that they adapt into movies, sort of ones that wouldn't usually be adapted into movies, maybe, I guess. But these are all animated, and this was the comic that The Dark Knight is based off of. So it's pretty familiar, sort of, but it's also very cool and unique how they do it. I think it's an okay Batman mystery to it, with some very interesting ideas, some cool action. But the mystery is the best part of the film for me. But the problem here is at the end, there's no payoff because everything is being sort of set up. This is part one of of two parts. And so it doesn't have enough in it to get higher for me. 45th place here is going to be The Harder They Fall. This is a Netflix original um action cowboy movie. It has a pretty good cast, but um I watched it and I was like, that was great. It was very unique and I had a fun time with it. And then I sort of rewatched it and I was like, that is not as good as I was hoping it would be. That was my problem with it. It didn't hold up on second viewing. It didn't work on second viewing. 44th place here is Rumble. I did a mini review for this at the end of the year. It was getting pretty insane. So I think this is a fun enough monster wrestling movie. And it has Will Arnett in it. A very famous reoccurring person in this is Will Arnett. Ah, but Will Arnett is in this, and he voices the guy. I didn't even notice that until later. It's fine. Uh, the dance stuff in it doesn't work for me. I think it's a pretty generic story, and then they give me a second. And then they have this whole thing with them learning to dance, and that helps them fight wrestling. Yeah, it doesn't make a whole bunch of sense if you think about it. So I thought Rumble was just a fine, like, WWE sort of thing version for monsters. There's some cool ideas, but overall, it does not get that high. 43rd, 43rd place here. This probably can move up a few spots. It's a lot more rewatchable than some of these movies around here. But Luca, our new Pixar movie, and I thought it was fine. I think Pixar has had a streak since Coco, where they came out with Coco, they came out with Toy Story 4, they come out with Onward, which I liked, and then it's gone down quite a few notches. But I originally really liked Onward. And then they came out with Soul, which was such a great movie. And then they did Luca, and it felt like they had that high streak there, and then they went down to like medium. A medium Pixar movie. And is it insane? No, it's just a medium one. And I'm sort of fine with that. It's okay. And so it doesn't have a whole bunch to offer. It can be fun at times. It can be silly, but I really don't think it has a ton that blows everything up. Like, sure, the kids are sea monsters. I'm fine with that. But the emotional beats and everything, it's just like a fine Pixar movie. 42nd place here is gonna be Ryan the Last Dragon, our Disney movie that came out earlier this year. Probably one of the first movies that I saw this year. I thought it had a great world in it, in the Disney film, and has some really nice action, but it had 2 big problems for me. One, I think that in this movie, all the themes, all the stuff is just too heavy-handed with what they do with it. Because you have this movie where there's these 2 worlds, big stuff, action epic sort of thing, and then you also have these big themes about, um, trust. And that sort of brings me out of the movie, like, really, they're getting a bit too preachy with this movie. So, I don't know for this. It didn't work as well as I was hoping it would. Because this movie had potential, had a bunch of potential, but it didn't really work out for me. The other problem with Ryan the Last Dragon, second problem, is the dragon and the kid humor. They have a ninja baby in the movie. And that it just they're putting this Disney stuff inside of a movie that shouldn't have the Disney stuff. Guys, I'm considering just ending this stream and then starting another one. Maybe the chat will be back. I'm gonna try to do that. I know I want to fix this. I want this to be great, but I don't know. I'm gonna need you guys to sort of be here to actually help me out with this. I'm gonna try to just go live, do it quick. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm having to do this. Okay, I'm gonna try to get this. Okay, guys. I know there's one of you left. Okay, so I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna try to get this up. Because I want us to be able to do the chat thing. That really sort of gives me a bit more motivation for this stuff. I really want to get this going. Let me see. Customization. I'm just putting up another one. Public. Okay, so guys, if you're watching, this is gonna end. I want you to go to my YouTube channel, wait until 8:25, so like 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna start out my new live stream. There's 2 of you right here. I'm starting a new live stream. Please go check it out. I'm gonna try to get the chat back, okay? We've been here for almost an hour, and the chat's been gone for, it seems, forever. So I'm gonna start a new one. This is gonna be part 2. I'm gonna finish this up. We just finished talking about Ryan the Last Dragon. We have to go to number 41. Please, guys, I want this to work out. So this is gonna end. Go to my YouTube channel and just wait for legitimately 1 minute for the stream to work. Please do that. I'm waiting for it to upload. Okay, it's gonna get going, guys. See you in a minute. Please do that. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. If just do that, please. Thank you.